Good morning, welcome back to a brand new video from a pretty warm Miracle Mountain, although there is a little breeze, so that does help. I am down at the bottom of our property because I'm carrying on with the pond project. It's all looking really nice and it's time to fire up this beast because I need to dig a trench from over there into the pond for the spring inlet pipe. And I'm going to be using this little trenching bucket so I don't cause too much damage. That is probably about the diameter of the pipe, so should work out perfectly well. So while I wait for the excavator to warm up, this is what I've got to move. There's lots of topsoil, bits of old irrigation pipe here that all need moving out the way so I can dig this trench. Right, so now that topsoil's moved out the way, I got myself a can of spray paint and I'm going to mark out the line of the pipe. Also, an incredibly long tape measure. I'm going to use this as a straight line, which I also know the length of pipe I need to go out and buy in a couple of hours once I've dug this hole. So that is a good job done. The trench is complete. The ground was really hard, full of clay. It's obviously the hottest time of year, so the ground is baked, but I got through it okay. I dug quite deep actually because I want this pipe to be well out the way because I'm going to be driving backwards and forwards along this area, so I don't want that pipe over time to rise to the surface if there's any erosion or anything like that from driving backwards and forwards. So right now I'm going to jump in the car, get to the city, get this pipe in the hottest part of the day, and then later on this evening I can start fitting it.
Why do we use Squarespace? If you have a shop on your site, then with the flexible payment options, checkout has never been easier. You can accept credit cards, PayPal, and even offer buy now or pay later with Afterpay and Klarna. With Squarespace Blueprint AI, their guided design system takes the guesswork out of building your website. Using the prompts, you choose what you'd like and go from there. Terms like SEO can be off-putting, but simply put, they optimize your site and help it stand out in search results. With their integrated SEO tools, you can get discovered by more people faster. And with their fluid engine, customization is at your fingertips. Drag, drop, and create on the go with ease. You don't need to worry about understanding code or messing around with heavy technical features, as Squarespace is designed with the user in mind. So if you haven't already, then definitely click the link in our description or head to squarespace.com/indieprojects or use our code indieprojects for a 14-day free trial and 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain.
So it's currently the next morning and basically plan A didn't work, so I had to go back to the city and pick up loads of other supplies, but it wasn't as simple as just picking the supplies up because I had to figure out how to get from this tough 110mm pipe to the black pipe that you might be able to see behind me. Let me explain the system now, but it's so much better than what I was working on before. I was just kind of halfway through laying this pipe down and I realized I just had no control over it whatsoever, because in these pipes there's no way to put a valve, there's no way to divert the water, to stop the water. If there was to be a problem, let's say we had a big storm, the pond was full, and for some reason the overflow pipe, which is what I'm going to use these for, got blocked for some reason, I wouldn't be able to stop the water going into the pond. If I need to do maintenance on the pond, there was no way of stopping the water going to the pond. So I came up with a plan B, and it's so much better. Check this out. So I've gone from the 110 pipe to a 45-degree elbow, which is glued on with 4 reducers. So I needed 4 reducers to go down to the black pipe, which then I'm able to put a valve down here, so I can just turn that. It sends the water to the pond, and then I need 1 more valve here, and I can isolate them both individually. If I isolate one of them, it goes this way. If I isolate the other one, it goes that way. And if I isolate them individually, I can have a bit of water going into here and a bit of water going into the pond, so I reduce the flow down a little bit but not turn it off completely. I've got an assistant today, which is absolutely amazing. It makes things like changing the bucket much easier. 1 second, I need to curl that over. No.
I swear you're wrong.
She thinks I'm wrong.
You are wrong.
Okay, that's not going in.
Oh, I was right.
Well done. So now that the pipe is buried nice and securely underground, as I said, that is a passageway where I drive the UTV, the tractor and everything to access the other part of the field. So I wanted to make sure that it's really low underground and you're never going to see that pipe ever again. Me and Bee are just going to pick some of these stones right out the bottom of the pond in the 8.5 feet deep area.
This is the first time we've been in this bit.
It's the first time we've been down here pretty much, because we want to do everything we can to be able to turn that tap and get the water flowing into here and fill it up. Some nice stone down here actually. We put them on this shelf, then we can decide where we want to put them after. My shadow looks really cool with this hat on.
It does. This feels like punishment of some kind.
This is the punishment you have to go through to get your dream pond.
I swear this is solid clay, this.
It's like stone
It's like stone
clay.
clay. It's really strange.
You can clearly see here, look, watch out the way. Let me show the people. You can see here is really good clay content. It's really hard, absolutely solid. Further up, not so much, but this is all an experiment. I've packed the clay as much as I can along the sides. So we just have to fill it and hope that this seals itself.
Yeah, like, look at this. This is pure clay block here. Can't even break it, it's that hard. Crazy. Prehistoric. Could be.
And there's a huge great boulder that I've just left as a feature. I'm sure the fish will enjoy this. And also this is kind of like the medium area to the deep area. So I could probably stand up on that stone. Whoa.
You got bags of room.
And then dive into the deep part.
Oh, you could definitely dive.
But that's one of the next jobs, is to go to the wood yard and see over there. I want to put a dock basically in there coming out so you can kind of jump into the deepest section.
Shall I leave these clumps of like not actual stone?
Yeah, some of the smaller bits,
It's not stone, so.
just leave it. We're going to add some structure down here as well. So I've got some concrete pipes. So this is why I'm trying to clear this area a little bit. We'll put some bigger stones around the concrete pipe and it gives a kind of area for the smaller fish to hide out from the predators.
So whilst I'm clearing up all of the stones down here, Theo's moving the digger down into this shallow area because it needs some of the soil moving out, it needs smoothing up, because this is going to be the area where you can walk in, so we don't want it to be loads of mud, and there's quite a lot of soil there that's not clayey, so that needs to go. So it's making its way round. And I feel like I've kind of got the short straw here because I'm going to be down there doing manual labour and he's going to be sitting on his butt moving the controls of the digger. Don't know how I got into this position, but here we go.
You say my name like you know what tomorrow brings and what the wildflowers sow. You got seeds in your pocket steady grow, it's a wild world. You wrap me up in all your thoughts, like seeing sunlight painted
I'm just about to jump on the tractor because yesterday I realised that we have all of these beautiful granite basins. So essentially a granite stone that has been carved into what essentially is a sink without the drain. And what I was thinking of is maybe I could use that for some sort of like water feature. So the pipe that we've just installed, the water comes out of there, drops into the basin, has a little bit of water in it, and then overflows into some stones. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to go and pick one up right now and see what we can achieve. So as I mentioned, we got loads of these basins, but this one caught my eye because it's fairly shallow and it's just a really nice shape. I think it could work. Come and have a look at this.
That's nice.
Lovely compost in there. Yeah, look at the shape of that basin.
Pretty much perfect.
See how it's got like a nice slope there. So maybe
How heavy is that?
if it was... I can't move it.
I like how you think that with my help you'll be able to move it as well.
Okay, what I'm
I
going to
mean,
do...
we can try.
I'm going to bash it with the bucket and loosen it up.
Oh, okay. Don't give yourself a hernia.
Oh, so heavy.
They love the apples, obviously.
Yeah, more.
Can't see them.
Nice groove. Old school methods always the best.
He is absolutely stoked.
It's looking cool.
It is.
Cool.
It's
Exactly
looking
how I
great.
envisioned.
We've still got a lot of work to do, but we're getting there. The vision is coming to life. Theo is absolutely overjoyed. It's always nice to see a project that you've been thinking of for a long time take shape. And it's already started filling up.
We don't want any water dribbling backwards underneath, so I'll put this sheet down to stop the erosion. I think we're going to need one more drop, one more stone, and then it will be into the water line. I do want to bring the water line a little bit higher than I've sprayed on there, but that's kind of like, I needed something to work off. I could definitely go a little bit higher, so that's good. But we need one more drop, and then the third drop will be into the water. And the sound, just listen to this. So soothing. Need a nice little bench here.
So the past few times that I've been out with the goats, we've had a wildlife encounter. I just had a wildlife encounter with the red squirrel, who I've not seen for a couple of months. I've heard it though. I knew it was around, and the last week, I'd say, I've been out with the goats, and we tend to sit down in the apple orchard because there are fallen apples that I don't know why they're fallen off yet, because they're not ripe. They've got at least another month to go. But the goats like to eat the fallen apples. I know the wild boar do, and apparently so does the deer, because we've seen this same deer every day. And it's very shocked by the goats. It doesn't care about me, absolutely unfazed. It doesn't even look at me. But when it spots the goats, it is so freaked. It barks at them. I'll include the footage that I got from the other day. She's so confused. Well, that wasn't dramatic, was it, Marge? And the goats are just like, me? It's really funny. It is absolutely amazing, and it's lovely to see the deer, it's lovely to see the squirrels, it's lovely to see all of the wildlife. That's one of the main reasons why we fell in love. Snake's biting me. That's one of the main reasons why we fell in love with Miracle Mountain, was the wildlife here, the forest. It's just stunning, and I am being eaten alive by either a fly or a mozzie, because it's that season. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're so excited to get this pond done, and we're getting closer than ever. So see you on the next video.